left you sitting on tenterhooks, not knowing which of our two most glamorous clubs will be the one-eye man in the land of the blind, evident from their Jackie start to the 2017-2018 Ghana Premier League season. But there was rains, and the rainbow covered the Garden City. Accra Hearts of Oak reiterated the fact that Babaya Sports Stadium is their home and pip the Warriors in red, courtesy a Patrick Razak second-half stunner. But watch this, there's always a venue in every season that you would want to know what is happening and how those results are being chimed out. This time around is happening in the Western region. What exactly is going on in the Ainyinase compact? There it was. Karela FC beat Accra Hearts of Oak 3-1 and repeated that dosage against Kumasi Asante Kotoko at the same venue and the same fixture for midweek. It's a big one as we take a trip to Karela and know what exactly Johnson Smith and his Chargers are doing right to be on third spot after 11 weeks. My name is Abigail Senasosu and this is The Beautiful Game. We're still on The Beautiful Game with me, Abigail Senasosu, so you can log on to our YouTube channel, it's Ghana League TV. On Facebook, we are The Beautiful Game TBG. On Twitter, tweet at us at This Is My League. But after 3 days from Kumasi, Accra Hearts of Oak traveled to Cape Coast to play a game against Liberty Professionals as Asante Kotoko also journeyed to Ainyinase, that dreaded home of Karela FC, where the Porcupines were served the same dosage as Accra Hearts of Oak some weeks ago. My guest is not a new face on this program. He'll come back and we'll delve deeper into the woes of both clubs as we preview match day 12, with Accra Hearts of Oak having their 10 to rest, given Adriana Stars are journeying to Ivory Coast to begin the group stages of the ongoing CAF Confederations Cup. Let's take a look at that game at the Babara Sports Stadium where Accra Hearts of Oak fans were over the roof. beautiful scenes at the Barbara Sports Stadium. These are fans who were ready to kill literally their players when they couldn't neck it against Bechemi United. But there they are after a goal, and they were all over the place running and praising the same players. That is the beauty of my league. And Muftau Nabila is here. Muftau, thank you very much for coming.
Great to be here again.
Yeah, but that smile, is it of pain, anger? What is the meaning of your smile?
You saw mixed face, so you should be able
That's
to
what I'm asking.
You should be able to read the meaning out of it. First, it was disappointing for Kumasi Asante Kotoko to lose. Disappointing for Felix Tanan to concede his first goal against Hearts of Oak at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium.
Home, yes, that he can't forget.
And the other aspect is that it was exciting to see Phobians finally rise to be Phobians. Over the years, we've termed these guys as prima donnas, these players, self-acclaimed professionals who do not even have what it takes to don the Hearts of Oak colors, and all of a sudden they came up against a dormant and sleepy Kumasi Asante Kotoko side and outrun them and found their way. That goal came from a proper Phobian, a proper strike to determine a proper fixture. This is a game players of this caliber like Patrick Razak rise to etch their names into the pantheon books of players like Baba Yara, Ose, Kofi and co. He rose at a time people expected him to.
But did you expect that result?
Personally, I watched the game with my head and not with my heart because I felt Kumasi Asante Kotoko this season, they've had some zigzag performances, so you wouldn't expect them to have a good run against Hearts of Oak. Over the years, you and I have been told several that a fixture of this magnitude, form doesn't count. It hardly counts. So when we were going to play, I felt that this was not a game Kumasi Kotoko were going to have a good run over Hearts of Oak. Considering that Hearts of Oak have also had their own challenges, you term it as jerky performances. There wouldn't have been any better way to describe it than that. But when they came out against Kumasi Asante Kotoko, there was that adrenaline.
A lot are saying that Kumasi Asante Kotoko play under a lot of pressure at home.
They play under a lot of pressure. Having played entire 2 seasons without winning more than 2 goals, there are always going to be questions surrounding who is going to score the goal. So if there's no one you are coming to watch in a fixture like this, come on, you are not motivated to be there yourself. Having gone 3 successive seasons without being able to score more than 2 goals, there are always going to be questions surrounding what you do in the transfer market and what you can do to pull the supporters to come and support you.
Drowned in emotions, this is Muftau Nabila talking about his own Kumasi Asante Kotoko. But it was a different story. 3 days after that fixture, as Liberty professionals didn't forget it was a regional derby and held Accra Hearts of Oak to a goalless drawn game at the Cape Coast Stadium, and Kumasi Asante Kotoko in Ainyinase tasted what it felt like to be beaten by 3-1. In other games, Dreams FC beat Inter Allies by 3-2. The Busion Dwarves shared spoils also with Mediama SC later on Thursday, while All Stars against Aduana Stars had to be moved to a later day. And Ash Gold was still winning at the Linkley Sports Stadium when they beat 11 Wonders by 1-0. Brekum Chelsea came to the Tema Sports Stadium but were beaten by 2-1 by West African Football Academy. And the interesting one of the week was when Bechemi United came from 3 goals down to share spoils with Elmina Sharks.
Was that the interesting one of the week?
I thought it was to go to
3 goals down.
You go away, you are up by 3 goals.
They recover. But don't forget, in the last 6 minutes, they had to end it with 10 men. And that was when Hafiz Konkoni, who has been sensational this season, got 2 goals to make sure the game ended 3-3. But if you want to look at a fixture that actually got me off my seat was Dreams FC versus Inter Allies. Inter Allies led, Dreams equalized. They led again. In the last 3 minutes, Dreams FC manufactured 2 goals to win 3-2. That was actually a wonder of a turnaround. I thought that one was the wonder fixture of the week. Yeah.
And so you are not surprised with Ash Gold?
I wasn't surprised. I always knew the Team 11 Wonders were going there to frustrate them. I saw them against Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
And I saw them against Liberty at the same venue. They have individual stars who are just refusing to play as a team.
Collectively, they are more satisfied to dragging out points.
Than
maybe just a draw or something. It's good for them. That's what they want to do. That's what they are doing. But if you go and you don't play football, you frustrate the home side. And that's what they actually did to Ashgold. Don't go to Ainyinase. Don't go to Ainyinase.
I'm happy you are there. What happened? Or what is happening, Nabila?
Let me also say, I thank God we didn't concede 6 or 7. Because that's what our coach said.
I don't want to go there.
Parkwesi Fabian, that's what he said.
You know, Karela FC gave that warning when they beat Accra Folk and sent that message to Kumasi that they were going to taste the same defeat. Whether you heard or not, you came and you got the same thing.
That was just what it was, a natural pre-match talk.
Okay.
It was just to pull crowd.
Okay, so you took it as natural and they worked at it.
They actually worked at it. They actually worked at it.
So they meant business.
They meant business. If a team like Kerala, 11 matches, they won 4, drawn 3, lost 3, it tells you that they're actually doing something. So if they tell you that they're going to beat you 3 goals, maybe what you just have to do is that to also work to prevent them from scoring. You remember when they scored what they call pool parity, courtesy Yakuba.
Sure.
But unfortunately, they were not able to handle them. And Parkwesi Freedom had to confess that we could have considered 6 or 7 because they dominated.
And this is a season after 11 games. You keep praising your goalkeeper. Don't you have a problem?
After 11 games, I don't want to go beyond the shores of Ghana. But if you go to Manchester United, the best player there is David De Gea.
Okay.
So it is not a big deal if our goalkeeper is our best player. It is often a big deal if your players are not scoring. If your goalkeeper is the best player and the players up there are scoring, they spend so huge on defense, but we are still leaking goals like putting a basket in a river to fetch water. Okay,
so this is it. I'm happy Ainyinase has got Nabila talking this way, but we are not taking the attention from where the main action is happening. We took a trip to the Cosby Ewua Memorial Park, popularly known as the Camp Park, to see where everything is going on. on The Beautiful Game with me, Abigail Senaso. So when we're on Facebook, it is The Beautiful Game TBG. If you have not logged on to our channel, we're on YouTube. It's the Ghana League TV. And tweet at us with all your results, your expectations ahead of match days at This Is My League. Nabila, this is a man that is on the quiet doing something good with Karela FC. Did you expect them to put up such performance?
Did you say he's on the quiet?
At least you didn't expect this from Karela, did you?
Was he not the gentleman who told Hatterbook players to go and play golf? Or to go and play tennis? He's like he's not on the quiet.
Okay.
Just maybe he's that Agama lizard that is nodding his head after every success.
Okay.
Because it feels that I must praise myself, and he's doing it that wonderfully well. Johnson has led Karela for a while. Okay. This is a man who has led the team not to lose at all for 69 matches. Sure. So if you haven't lost at home for good 69 matches, you are very confident of what you are going to do. Yeah. People will tell you that the Division 1 League is more difficult than the Ghana Premier League.
Yes, we've always heard that story.
And now it is happening in the Premier League as well. How many games has he played at home? 5 or 6? He hasn't lost. It was only Ainyinase who went there and frustrated him and got a point. The rest, they've taken it in succession.
So clearly he can be beaten. But what is at the comeback? What is it?
What is at the comeback is more of the psychological bit of the game.
Okay.
This is a venue we don't lose. If you say this is a venue we don't lose, and we shouldn't lose to this team, come on. It's more of energizer than doing something special.
But Karela didn't start too well.
They didn't start too well. They had a very difficult start. People were asking for his head.
Yes.
We were told a couple of times that, oh, his next fixture he's going to be sacked. His next fixture he's going to be sacked.
Maybe that got him to sit up.
And all of a sudden, he won 3 games in succession. Incredible. When we were expecting him to get fired, he came out pulling the strings and finding the results that Senator Brigidi will be expecting of him. And he's done that so well. 18 points out of a possible 33 points.
Does he have the magic of midweek?
That's a very difficult question. Does he have the magic of a midweek? Simply because I know this question is coming because Hatterbook have taken 3, Kotoko have taken 3. These 2 teams have considered 6 and scored only 2 against Karela at the same venue.
That's strange.
Maybe he has that magical wax when he throws it in the air.
It only comes down in midweek.
It comes down in midweek and start pulling the results and putting in the goals.
So I'm asking, can he keep this momentum till the end?
The second round is always going to define what they can do.
Sure.
11 matches won't be enough to determine what Karela FC can do. But I do feel they've got a quality. If most of the players stay injury-free, they've got what it takes to actually finish in the top 4.
Okay, he's talking about finishing in top 4, but you might be wondering how the league table is looking like after this interesting results we are talking about. So Ashanti Gold are still on top after 10 games with 20 points, followed by Dreams FC, who are also on 20 points after 11 games. Karela FC are third. Yes, Johnson Smith, Karela FC are third on 18 points. And fourth is Mediama SC, who are also on 17 points. West African Football Academy are fifth with 17 points. Elmina Sharks are on the 6th position with 16 points. Bechem United occupy the 7th slot, also with 16 points. Accra Hearts of Oak, after beating Kumasi Asante Kotoko, didn't really make any changes and are 8th with 15 points. Inter Allies occupy the 9th position on 15 points. Asante Kotoko lie 10th with 14 points. Berkum Chelsea are 11th with 12 points. 11 Wonders are 12th, also with 11 points. Ebusian Dwarfs are struggling and are 13th on 9 points. Liberty Professional lie in the drop zone after 10 games and also have 9 points. Adriana Stars, with as many as 5 games in hand, are 15th and with 8 points. While All Stars are 16th and at the bottom with just 6 points. Nabila, let's look at the Ghana Premier League table. I think that this season is so open. The minute you win, you are going up. You lose, you are dropping. Is it one that can easily be won by anybody?
It can easily be won by anybody, but I do feel Ash Gold are proving to be a club with credentials.
But I want to hear your own words when you say that the league is taken away in the second half. So is it too early to say Ash Gold can take it?
It isn't too early to say Ash Gold can take it. I feel a club like Ash Gold, who have scored 12 goals, conceded just 6, They're showing that they've got the credentials to be a champion.
Okay.
And champions score goals without conceding much. So if after 10 games they've been able to score 12 and concede 6, they have to improve on scoring and improve on defending as well. And that's going to be the key as now. That will just push them up there. I do feel Dreams FC will also be a threat in Kerala as well. But at the moment, I feel clubs like Kerala, Dreams FC, Ashdod, Adriana will come back fighting strongly.
I think we are overlooking Mediama SC. Normally in seasons when they have proven stubborn, they always be on the quiet and then they just take advantage of everybody.
Well, they often take advantage of everybody. I followed them in the last 3-4 seasons.
Sure.
If you're not up there to winning the league, then they are there to win the FA Cup.
Sure.
And that's what they've done it so well. So I'm not taking anything away from them, but I don't think Mr. Bodu is going to be the man that will win Mediama the league. I believe they can pull results from certain teams, like the House of Ogu, the Asante Kotakos, the Dreams FCs, the Mediamas, the Wafers, like they did, breaking the 46 unbeaten run record at home on the Sogakope. Yeah. But I don't think they've got what it takes to be champion. The Beautiful Game is available on our YouTube channel, on Ghana League TV, on Facebook. We are The Beautiful Game TBG. Tweet at us on Twitter is at This Is My League. But Coach Smith might not be the one doing the magic alone in Ainyinase. From Fijai United in 2nd Division through to Dambot, and then Karela in 2015 up to date. He's been that man that gets them all those all-important goals. And he holds the fastest hat-trick to have been scored in our Ghana Premier League. Let's catch up with William Opoku-Mensah of Karela FC.
William Opoku-Mensah is a footballer, or let me say he's a graduate footballer for Karela United Football Club, and also doubles as the team captain. I'm an attacker. I think I've been into football for the past 12 to 13 years. I played for a coast team in the second day, Bayern Munich. Then from Bayern Munich, I went to Division 2 side, Cambodia. Then from Cambodia, I went to Fijai United. And from Fijai United, I went to Dambot Football Club, now in the Division 1 league. Then from Dambot Football Club, I came to school in the University of Cape Coast, where I played in the school team and also the Division 2 side of the university. So in level 300, then I went to second 11 wise, was in the university. So from second 11 wise, then I came to Karela United Football Club. I think the team president, Mr. Brigide, we had a lot of discussions with me, and I saw that the team has a focus. So then I think I need to come to the club and help them. So I think when you come to team play, creating of chances, and how to combine with other players. So I think, let me say, it is the team cohesion, how we blend together, and then the kind of motivation we give to ourselves. That is the secret. So I think I was on Club 9 for sure, because as we is not a small club to beat them 3 goals. So I think I was very happy for myself, and it was also a remarkable feat. I think for the team, the most important target now is to be in the top 4 by the end of the league. And then for myself, I think I have to make sure I score every time. I'm saying that we want to be in the top 4, and if even possible, we can even clinch the title, because we have the materials, we have the quality to claim the title. Our performance will make the fans judge for us, but we can't say that we are the best team. But whatever we do on the field of play, whatever performance we exhibit on the field of play is what the spectators and the fans will send to the media men. When I came, I was not having enough playing time, especially coming in most of the time in the second half. And so I came in strongly, and then I made a great impact. The difference is my ability to create chances. And even when the going gets tougher, there's a difficult situation, at least I can do something, or do something creative with the ball for a goal scoring opportunity. Players who are playing the Premier League at the associative stage, that is the professional level. So there is no way you get a call up to the national team and then you reject it. Every player's aim is to play in the national team. So if I get a call up, I will. I will tell them that whether the team is not moved, because it is ups and downs. When we talk about the performance profile, it is not always direct. Sometimes we will come down. So whenever we are down, they should still rally behind the team and support the team.
He scored 3 goals against Hearts of Oak and everybody started asking questions.
Who is he?
William Opoku-Mensah.
Who is he?
A graduate.
From
and that I'm
UCC?
happy. Yes, and I'm very happy with that.
You know, one thing about certain players is that when you score against Hearts of Oak and Kumasi Asante Kotoko,
yes,
you find your way into the top
you
ranks
an instant hero.
Yes. So all of a sudden, everyone is talking about William Opoku. Where is he from?
Amazingly, he came from the bench.
He came from the bench.
Wow.
He came from the bench when the scoreline was still 1-0. Came, a hat-trick within 13 or 18 minutes.
13 minutes.
That should tell you that this was a man who was seated and was watching the game. And that should tell you that Johnson Smith is seeing something right in his players. Sure. He knows when to bring in a certain player
to change the whole thing.
To change the complexion of the game. And he has done that so well this season. William Opoku, I don't have any adjectives to describe him. If you have players like William Opoku who can hit the ball from anywhere.
He's left-footed and right-footed and can
his journey from Fijai to Dambot, like you mentioned, he has always proven that he's a quality player.
To 11 wise?
The last 11 wise. The last 3 seasons he's been with Karela. He's been one of those as now they are using. So if this season he just came off the bench to hit a hat-trick against Hearts of Oak.
About 30 goals in 57 games for Karela last 2 years.
That's so huge.
Yes.
That's so huge. Averagely, he's scoring like 1.5 goals every
game that he's featured for Karela.
For Karela. So that should tell you that this is a wonderful player to be looked at.
I always have one question. With players like this, the names mentioned all over the place, can they keep their momentum to the end?
Well, there are certain players who allow praises to get into their heads. So when it gets into their heads, they feel like, oh, I'm already
there
on top of the game. They become so complacent. They don't do the simple things they do. I always determine 90+ kind of football. Instead of touching the ball, you want to wax lyrical with the ball and everyone will go like, hey. But when they do the simple things, they will achieve the target they are they've been set out to get. If William Opoku wants to be that man, everyone will be talking about. A
versatile player he is. If he can be used as an attacker, as a winger,
from an attacker, from a
midfield
to a midfielder, he can do so many things on the pitch for a coach. So he just needs to stay calm. He needs to relax, not get over the roof like he's the Messi or Ronaldo of the team. No, just relax and keep doing the simple things, and we'll keep writing about him.
Okay, so Nabila always has advice for my players whenever he comes here. So this time around is for you, William Opoku-Mensah. Just relax and do what you're doing for Karela FC. You might not know who is watching, like I always say, and where you are going to get to. But there are some interesting games to look forward to this weekend. And like I said earlier, Ainyinase has given Coach Niodum and his charges some time to just rest. Ainyinase are journeying to the Ivory Coast to play ASEC in their first game for their CAF Confederations Cup group stages. But at home, Elmina Sharks will welcome league leaders Ashanti Gold to the Indian Stadium. Inter Allies will play Bekum Chelsea. Kumasi Asante Kotoko have been moved to the Cape Coast Stadium where they will play Bechem United. Liberty Professionals at the Dansoman Karindorf Park will play Karela FC. And West African Football Academy later will also play WA or Stars. 11 Wonders at home will play struggling Ebusuan Dwarves, and Hearts of Oak and the Aduana Stars would be excused. But our pick of the week and our top liner will be Mediama SC against Dreams FC. Interesting set of matches there. Hearts of Oak now have their 10 to rest thanks to Aduana Stars.
No, thanks to CAF.
Okay.
You have to thank CAF. You also have to thank Adiana for making it to the group stages of the competition. Congratulations. If I haven't congratulated them enough on social media.
Okay, but let's look at the other games at the end of Stadium. Ashgo traveling to Elmina.
I earlier mentioned how Ashgo are proven to be champions. 12 goals, 12 conceded. You expect a champion to live by that. If you have the credentials to be a champion, what you have to do is that you score more and concede less.
Sure.
They've done that with distinction this season. Can they continue? That's going to be the question against a tough Elmina Sharks side, a side that have dropped points at home only once against Aduana Stars. That was their first game when Aduana Stars returned from their CAF Confederation Cup playoff match. Sure. Yeah, our champion is doing something wonderful with this Elmina Sharks side. Sika Akuno is doing things more wonderful with Ice Gold.
Dansoman.
Karela, wonderful Karela. They've beaten Wild All Stars away from home.
Travelers.
They've beaten Brecum Chelsea away from home. They've got 2 away wins.
Okay.
That should tell you that they can also do it against Liberty Professionals. But Liberty, a team that have played as many as 10 matches, they've lost as many as 5. You don't expect that from a team that wants to maintain their status as a Ghana Premier League team. They've won only 2. That's very bad for a club like Liberty Professionals, and they're coming against an informed Karela side. Though it's going to be very difficult, but Karela might just nick it. They might just compound the mystery of
Let's touch on this one before
Asante.
we go to our pick of the week. Kotoko moved to the Cape Coast Stadium against Bechem United. Another comfortable pitch they would want to display.
Another comfortable pitch they will want to display. Another game they will want to win. Another game Kotoko will want to win. I don't think Kotoko would like to go 270 minutes without scoring, without winning. 270 minutes and scoring just one goal and conceding as many as 4. You wouldn't expect that from a team that wants to be a champion, from a team that is currently occupying 10th position. These 2 teams are going to be well motivated to compete. So on the flip side, it's going to be 2 teams coming out to fight within 90 minutes about who is destined to win this. There will be more pressure on Park Fabian if Kotoko fails to win. More pressure on Bechem United, who will be fighting so hard to ensure that they maintain their status as a Ghana Premier League club. Wonderful fixture there. If you push me to the wall, I'll go and predict with my head instead of my heart and say Kotoko will win this.
I didn't have to push you. You're already there. But let's look at our pick of the week. It's going to be the club in the 3rd spot with a game in hand against the club in the 2nd spot who have played all 11 games. So at the Takwati and A Park, Ainyinase against Dreams FC.
Tough game. Ainyinase have scored 8. They've conceded 2. It means that they've got a very bad defense. Dreams FC have scored 11 and conceded 11. But they are second. They've got 20 points. Ainyinase
has also shown that at home, whatever it takes, whatever they have to do, they'll get that point, those maximum points from you.
I think this season, Ainyinase Plus has been their supporters. Their supporters are more of the 12th man. Their supporters are more of that leading striker.
Okay.
Their supporters throw their voices behind the team. They've made sure that teams that come to the Takwa and then Abuaso Park, they struggle. Kotoko went there. We all saw it. Though they went wailing, it was a perfect penalty. Okay. They lost to a very good side.
Ashko.
Ainyinase are very good. Ainyinase are very good.
At home.
And they are going to make Dreams FC suffer for this.
Yeah, okay. So this I would have to push you because it's our pick of the week. Your prediction, quickly.
2-1 for Ainyinase.
So for my friend and colleague Muftau Nabila, Ainyinase will just have to continue that home run. And with that same scoreline they had against Kumasi, Asante Kotoko and Ashanti Gold, and Dreams FC be ready for it's going to be another 2-1 win for Ainyinase on our pick of the week. Nabila, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Hard pressed for time, we would have to draw the curtain on another exciting episode of The Beautiful Game. And a very big thank you to my colleague Muftau Nabila Abdullahi of Kwese Sport, to Oye Clothing for my beautiful outfit, and Mirror Glow for my hair and makeup. But make it to that match venue and support your club till the end of that game. And also, we wish Aduana Stars the safest of journey to the Ivory Coast and hope they bring back the best results for Mother Ghana and for Ghana Premier League. Let's do this together because this is our league.